Hello, this is the Ramblings of an Indisciplined Mind podcast for Tuesday, June 14th, 2016. As of this recording, Sierra is still missing. So there was something that came to my attention about a month ago that people are tweeting about. One of these, OMG, this is so awesome. I'm so glad I just found this. And that was the Hamilton soundtrack. In case you don't know what Hamilton is, it is a play on Broadway. Written by a guy named Lin-Manuel Miranda. And he wrote the music and he wrote the play, and he stars as Alexander Hamilton, the founding father, the guy on the $10 bill. And what makes it interesting is that a lot of the music is rap. Not all, but a good amount. So I'd seen a number of my online peeps talk about watching it and once, or listening to it. Once you listen to it, then then you can't stop listening to it. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe one day. And I kind of got into this binge where I was watching James Corden, who does, I think, the Late Late Show. He does these carpool karaoke's, where he is singing songs with various musicians, and usually singing their songs. And so he's had Gwen Stefani on there, he's had Adele on there. I forget who else I've seen. I've seen several of them. I don't know that I've seen them all, but I've seen several of them. And recently he had a Broadway one, and Lin-Manuel was on it. And so I watched that one. It wasn't just him. It started off with just him, and then some other people that were, if you know Broadway shows, got in the back seat and they sang some stuff, and it was cool. I didn't know who any of the people were because I'm not that into Broadway shows. But before they all got in, they did one of the songs from Hamilton in the car, and it was pretty cool. I mean, it's like half rap, half singing, but it's cool rap. I mean, there's some rap that I enjoy, there's some rap that I don't enjoy, but I like his way of doing it. He uses several different styles and whatnot over the course of the soundtrack. So I heard that, and I thought, all right, well, now I've had a little bit of exposure to it, and I liked what I heard. Let's go see what we can find. So I went out looking on YouTube, and I found some clips of some various things that had some songs with clips from the show, and watched those. And then I came across a playlist that's got the entire soundtrack on it, and it's not, it's on YouTube. It's a video, but it's a static image of the cover. It's not actually watching what's going on the play. It's from the cast album. And so I think this was like last week, so like Friday I found that, and I've got a 3-screen setup at work. I've got my laptop screen, which is kind of off to the side, and then I got these 2 nice big screens in front of me here that I use for most of my stuff. I got the laptop screen open, but in all honesty, it's too small to be dealing with there because I'm too far away. I got like one of those keyboard drawers, and I'm just too far away from it to be able to see it very well. So I don't really use it for a whole heck of a lot unless I just want to kind of stick something over there to see if something changes or something along those lines. But I went ahead and put a internet window with this playlist on YouTube, and I listened to it all on Friday. I got through the whole thing, and it's really good. I really enjoyed it, and I've actually been listening to it this week too. So I guess the bit about once you hear it, you can't stop thinking about it and listening to it. I guess that's true, because I've been it's been in my head, and I've been listening to it at work, and it's been fun. He uses a wide range of of different styles. I mean, there are some, just kind of normal songs, and there's a lot of different styles of rap, and the rap stuff that they do is really cool. And the I like the lyrics. I like how he reuses bits of lyrics to mean different things further along in the play. I find that clever. He's got some funny stuff, and even though it is about Alexander Hamilton and they're wearing that period of dress, because they're doing rap, they are throwing in things that are more pop culture or comments, not really pop culture, but comments that you would hear today, and they seem to fit really well. How well it'll age, I don't know. I think it will, but is that sometimes hard to gauge when you're in the time period where everything is relevant. So yeah, it's the other thing that's interesting is that everybody in it is a minority. Everybody that's been cast in it is a minority. I mean, lin-manuel is Hispanic. You've got some black people. You've got other Hispanic people in there, and it gives it a different feel than if it had been a bunch of white people. And it's interesting. It is an interesting. It turns in because Hamilton was an immigrant, so it really kind of underscores his immigrant status in that the person singing it, he really doesn't have a Hispanic accent, but it's just he's got a different sounding voice, I think, than most white actors would have, and it kind of adds another dimension to everything. So it's really, really good. They just won. The Tonys were, I think, Sunday night, and they just won like 11 Tonys for this show, and I can understand why. The music is excellent. I think the lyrics are excellent. What I've seen of the show, it looks like they got some really cool dance numbers and the really kind of a minimalistic set. It's a show I wouldn't mind seeing at some point, but I know that tickets are hard to come by. And they're very expensive, so it is the hot thing. It seems to be like Phantom, in that very little of the story is told through just spoken dialogue. The majority of the story is told through music, and so listening to the soundtrack is really, you're listening to the story for the most part. So yeah, that's so I've kind of jumped onto the Hamilton bandwagon here, and a little bit sooner, because I remember like when Downton Abbey came out, everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, Downton Abbey, ah!" And we got into that late. I think probably second season or something, and we thought, well, let's check it out, and then we were like, this is awesome. So. Although I think Hamilton's been out like a year. Well, probably not quite a year if they were up for this year's Tony. So it must have premiered sometime in 2015. I am not clear on the dates, but I am contemplating buying the soundtrack album. So I've been listening to it that much that it's like, it'd be kind of nice to have to listen to. So yeah, that's what I was thinking about for today. I will be back tomorrow, and I'll be talking to you then. So, be seeing you.